All right, I've started recording and admitting all.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Good
Diane.
morning, everyone. Come on in.
Morning.
It's 10:56. Welcome. Good morning. We're admitting everyone. Good morning, Walter.
Good morning, Diane.
Okay, so I do not. Let me go to gallery view here so I can see all the folks coming in. This is exciting. All right. So we are just letting everybody in. I'd suggest staying on mute just unless we ask you to unmute. So that just keep everything a little bit more orderly. So we've got a few minutes left before we start our program. So thank you so much for being here early. And we are just populating our screen with lots of friendly faces. So I appreciate that. So again, thank you for being here. We're just pulling people in. We have no idea if we're going to have, 30 or 300. So it looks like a lot of folks are in. So this is exciting. Very exciting. Okay, I see teachers, I see students, all kinds of folks, people from colleges and universities. So this is great. The only thing better is if we were all in one place physically, but we will make it work. So welcome, everyone. We're just gonna give it some time here. And I think David Green is in, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, okay. I kind of figured DFG. So that's good to see, David. Welcome. All right, we're just letting folks in. Chris is our meeting producer this morning, and I think he's just opening the doors and letting folks walk in. He's there in mission control. So how many people do we have right now, Chris?
Well, I just let in 2 more, so 78.
Oh, very good. Okay, very good. Well, and there may be some folks that don't join right on time, and that's okay. But for those of you that did, we are going to respect that timeline, and we will get started at 11. We just have some opening remarks, and we'll get into our program. So we expect this to last about 45 minutes, maybe 50 at the most. And we'll do our best to stay on time so that you are fully out of here and signed off by about 11:50. So good morning, everyone, as you come on in. Chris, are you letting more folks in?
Yes, I am.
Okay, very good. I'm curious to know what our full set here, how many folks we have. It's something that I can't see, but anyway.
So Chris, great to finally see your face. I know Diane is keeping you hidden in the back, so great to see your face, and thanks for all you've done to make this happen. I just wanted to say that while we can see you face to face.
Hey, don't blame Diane for that. I keep myself hidden.
Yeah. And I said, Chris, you've got to reveal yourself. It's the grand reveal today. Of course, he's in mission control. He's been in a nuclear power plant. Once in a while, he's in SpongeBob's the Happy Crab or whatever it's called. So, but today was mission control, which is very fitting because he has been a huge part of the success of this program. So, as has the rest of the staff. So, anyway, it's 11:59 or 10:59. So. We'll just let some more folks. Chris, are you still letting folks in?
No one's in the waiting room right now.
Okay.
I think we are good to go.
And what's our total right now? I'm just curious.
89.
89. All right. Dang. 89 souls when there's Christmas shopping to be done and crashing after finals and, maybe the last day of work yesterday. So anyway, I appreciate that everybody is here. It is 11 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome, everybody. I'm just so happy that you decided to join in today. But let's go ahead. Jessica is controlling our slides, so we'll go ahead and advance the slide. And just mention very, very quickly that this event happened not only with your cooperation, but with the help of a lot of folks, sponsors. And so you see the ones there that made the back of the t-shirt. And I'll mention again at the end of the program that t-shirts will be mailed to all of you. Students and teachers are getting them after the holidays. We know that with just the difficulty of sending things to a campus and trying to distribute them, that we would just hold off and wait until things are back after the new year, and hopefully you'll receive those packages. So anyway, we appreciate our sponsors, grant funding from California Climate Investments and the Forest Service, and then our top tiers of sponsors, and then several underneath that. So it wouldn't happen without the funding. So anyway, we appreciate that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. And as you guys know, I like to have a agenda. So let me mute my phone, so if anybody tries to call me, it's not ringing. So Jessica, go ahead and advance to the next slide, and we'll go on with our agenda for the morning. We are going to start with just calling gathering and welcome, and then we'll move on to summary participants and activities. So we have sort of a slide on each school. We'll roll through those. And we are going to feature a 1-minute video made by Coalinga High School that summarizes how things went this year. It was very, very well done. So we're going to show that. We are pleased and fortunate to have 3 folks who are going to speak from USAL Forest. Mark Welter, the president of the Ruffy Board, Lynn McGill, the chief forester there at USAL, and Jeff, as you know, Rockstar Jeff, as we like to call our main person, who's joined us this morning. He's the operations manager at USAL, and most of you have met Jeff. We're going to take a moment to talk about 4 forestry programs, college programs. Each speaker is going to get 2 minutes to summarize their school and just provide some information about the program. And then we will move on to special awards. We have 2-year, 3-year, and 4-year seniors. We're going to highlight all those folks. And then we're going to honor our volunteer of the year and our teacher of the year. And then we should, by about 11:40, we'll be getting on to the top 10 teams, and then closing remarks. Now, you will get an email. Everybody's going to get an email as soon as we close the meeting with all the results. So everybody that's on the call is going to get an email. Now, teachers are going to get the email, or the primary team contact. We will post on Google Classroom all the results at noon. So if you're not on our email list, you will be able to access the classroom for students that have that access. And so at noon, you're going to have all full results for all teams. We are only going to announce the top 10, so just be advised of that. Okay, it's 11:03, so let's go ahead and move forward to our next slide, which is just telling you, go ahead, Jessica. Yep, summary participants. So we are going to just go through each school that participated so you know where they are. You know there were 5 sessions, so you may not be aware of all the schools, and I have some final stats here for the year. How many schools, how many teachers, how many students, how many volunteers. So a lot of big numbers this year. We're very, very pleased that, that you guys all came together for this. All right, next slide, please. And we'll just roll through. Jessica, you'll be able to get my cue. So we're going in alphabetical order. Amador High School participated this year with a team of veterans and advisor Jeremiah Cloud, so we're glad that they're there from Amador County. Anderson New Technology High School, a longtime participant up in the Reading area, advisor David Peterson. We appreciate them participating. Charter Oak High School in Covina, way down in Southern California, LA County. They've had some strong teams over the years, and we're so glad that they decided to participate this year. Advisor Lillian Shabani. Citrus Hill High School in Paris. This school comes on strong with lots of teams, and we appreciate their participation every year. Deborah Roblowski is the advisor. Coalinga High School. I met this teacher several years ago at a teacher's workshop, and she has been steady on bringing kids to this event. Very enthusiastic kids, and so I'm glad that they participated this year, and that's Coalinga High School. El Dorado Union High School District Virtual Academy, a brand new participant. This advisor, Ryan Madsen, and I volunteered together at Sierra Tahoe in the Mountain Host program. And when I found out what Ryan did, I said, well, okay. And so here he is. I appreciate him bringing his team of young students forward this year to participate. So Virtual Academy. Eleanor Roosevelt Community Learning Center in Visalia. This school, these are the happy people. These are the people that just make every event fun in person, and a great bunch of students. And again, I'm really glad that they decided to stay on with us this year with advisor Jeff Alexander. So Eleanor Roosevelt. Forest Hill High School. They have their own forest on campus, so they've got an advantage. Great school, nice school up in the mountains in the foothills of the Sierra. So we're glad they're here. I believe they had several teams participate. The advisor is Katie Cantrell. Fort Bragg High School. They had an advantage in that they were the closest to the Usal Forest, the site where we did our focus topic, and live in that environment. So we're really glad. They usually have to travel a long distance to come to the Shasta event, but this time things were relatively, the study topic was close to home. So welcome Fort Bragg High School. Granada Hills Charter High School. So for San Fernando Valley, Southern California, although they make the trip every year to Santa Cruz, so these students who are repeat students are pretty familiar with Redwood Forest. So they are a solid participant every year. So welcome, and advisor Wendy Hagan. Hawthorne Math and Science Academy, LA County, real close to LAX. An amazing magnet school. I've had the opportunity to visit, so we're glad that they participated, and the advisor is Meredith Brandon. John F. Kennedy High School. I'm always used to thinking Sena Vasquez is connected to Sac New Tech, but she moved to Kennedy and is fairly new teaching there. Big school, and was able to recruit some students who have never participated before. So we appreciate them taking the leap and learning about forestry, although they had never attended. So thank you, Sena Vasquez. John W. North High School in Riverside. This is a powerhouse. They had 8 teams participate this year, part of a class project as part of their curriculum, and all participated in the same session. So they came on very strong, and we're glad they're here. Advisor's name is Lillian McCandless. Mira Loma High School in Sacramento. This school usually has 1 team. They're solid. They come to El Dorado every year. They won the pacing contest a couple years ago, and I'm glad that they're back. And the advisor is Colleen Kelly. Nevada Union High School in Grass Valley. This is the only school that's participated in the Forestry Challenge every year since 2003, before some of you were born. And Katie Allen has always come to events, and this is no exception. She made sure there was a team of veterans participating this year. So welcome Nevada Union. Ponderosa High School in Shingle Springs. Brett and I go way back. I've been a substitute teacher in his classroom and probably known his kids since they were tiny, and his daughter's on the left there, and we're glad that Ponderosa decided to participate this year, so welcome. Porterville High School, Todd Coons, always a great personality, works hard with his kids, has a great program there at Porterville, and so they had a team participate this year, and we're glad they did, so welcome Porterville. San Luis Obispo High School, another one of those brand new schools, never met these young ladies, never met the teacher, and we had some help from the folks at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo to bring this group in, so we're glad they're here, and we can't wait to see them out in the field. So advisor's name is Brendan McClune. Somerville High School in Tuolumne. This school they're really close to the championship event geographically. Of course, none of that matters this year, but anyway, they usually come to El Dorado, and the teacher's name is Rachel Castonia. Vista del Lago High School in Folsom, Eastern Sacramento County, real close to where I live. Always a powerhouse, always strong teams. These teams were self-directed. That was what was unique about them. Their advisor, Miranda Ayad, she did a little bit of work, but basically they took it on, and several teams participated in different sessions. So very, very self-driven, and I appreciate that. West Campus High School. Now, I believe that Ann Bestien was pulled into this whole thing. It was a brand new teacher with students who had never participated by Sena Vasquez. I believe that's how that happened. So we're glad that she's decided to take the leap and come in. I know that her background is in anatomy, physiology, not so much in biological and environmental science, but we're glad that she took the leap, and I think her students enjoyed it as well. So West Campus. And then Woodside High School, one of our longtime participants from way back when. Advisor Ann Akey was the Teacher of the Year last year, and her students came along with 2 teams from their environmental academy, and we're glad that they participated. So Woodside High School, I believe that is the last school. So we had a few other participants. We offered the opportunity for teachers to judge the presentations themselves, and so the students came online, took advantage of study materials, took the online test, and then their presentations were judged offline, so I wanted to mention them as well. Anderson Union in the north end, Grant Union in Sacramento, Strathmore High School in Tulare County, and Anaheim High School down in Orange County. So they also did participate to some degree in our program. So next slide, and we're going to get a total for participants. 22 schools. These are all of you together, and you can see it's quite a distribution throughout the state. 41 teams, 229 students, and 59 volunteers. So together, we made it happen. So congratulations to all of you. And again, I appreciate you coming out and participating in this event on your screen. So anyway, that's our total. I think we'll make this whole slideshow available. These statistics should be available, perhaps linked to our website in the next few weeks. All right, so let's see. I believe we are at our next break here. And oh, okay, yes, I wanted to show you this video. Coalinga High School made this 1-minute video to explain how we all went this year. Now, they actually were able to gather on campus. I know that many of you weren't, but some of you have seen this video, some of you haven't. I thought it would be really nice to be able to play it because it's just a great, concise summary in 1 minute of how things went, at least particularly for this one school.
Do you know where the 2020 Forestry Challenge be taking place at?
This Redwood Forestry Challenge, Santa Cruz Forestry Challenge, will be about the same weekend next year, hopefully the same location. However, with the effects of COVID-19, things look a little different. This year's Forestry Challenge was all virtual and socially distanced. Instead of gathering our own data, we analyzed data provided for us virtually. We spent hours in the classroom learning, working, and sometimes going crazy. But we did make time to walk down and celebrate Veterans Day. Thank you, veterans.
Even our interviews were conducted over Zoom, and while we saw some familiar faces, we missed talking to the foresters in person. We worked as a team even though one member was far away. As teams, we spent so much time learning and growing and of course having fun. Thank you, Diane and Forestry Challenge.
All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. That's linked to the top of our website if you want to look at it again. So thank you, Coalinga High School, for putting that together. That was a lot of fun and kind of showed how it went for some of the schools. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next section of our program today, and that is the introduction of the folks at USOL Forest. We have 3 people that are going to speak this morning, and I thought you would enjoy hearing from them because they're the recipients of your hard work. So we are going to start with Mark Welter, the board president of RUFI, the Redwood Forest Foundation Incorporated. So, Mark?
Good morning. Thank you, Diane. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, terrific. I'm Mark Welter, and I'm the president of the nonprofit Redwood Forest Foundation. And we own and operate the USOL Redwood Forest, which is where the Forestry Challenge took place this year. So on behalf of the RUFI board, I want to say that we are thrilled to support the Forestry Challenge and also to introduce students from all over the state to the USOL Forest. And we hope at some point to get you out into the USOL Forest. The Redwood Forest Foundation was founded in 1997 by community leaders who wanted to take large tracts of historically logged redwood land and keep it in production as a working community forest and manage it for the long term so that we could restore the forest stands, continue to produce wood products, sequester carbon, restore habitat, and also support the local economy. And so we purchased the USOL Forest in 2007 and have been managing it that way ever since. So we look forward to having a few of the top teams come to our January 27th RUFI board meeting and make a presentation. And we hope you'll look at our website, rffi.org, to learn more about us and subscribe to our newsletter. Now, one of the best part of my job is working with my forestry team, and I'm very proud of the work that my Chief Forester, Linwood Gill, and also our operations field forester, Jeff Hauser, have done. And so I'm going to introduce Linwood right now and turn it over to him.
All right, thank you, Mark. Let's see, am I up? Good morning.
We can hear you.
Okay, so thanks, Mark, for the introduction. And also just want to thank Diane for approaching us to say, hey, we're kind of in a bind this year. We like to do a forestry challenge and we've always wanted to go to USOL, and maybe this is the year we can do that. And when we started that conversation, I was just thrilled to have the Forestry Challenge, come to USOL Forest, even if it was only virtually. The work we do here is really long term. I mean, we're starting with the forest that has been historically harvested much heavier than a lot of other places in the past, and it's really in the recovery stage. And our job is to take the mission, the goals, and the ideas that the Redwood Forest Foundation has put together, and then implement them on the ground. And that's what we have to do at the USOL Forest. And I know I've said this in the past to other folks. I know I've mentioned it to Diane and to Jeff. And it's not very common that people have an opportunity in the forestry profession to work on a piece of property for a long period of time. And I'm somewhat envious to our younger staff members who are starting their career on this property and are able to look forward to see, how the actions that they implement today will affect the forest in the future. And with a lot of the high school students that took place in the challenge, I would love to have the opportunity at some point that there's a job application that comes across my desk. And one of the things they've done in the past is, oh, we were part of the forestry challenge that did our virtual challenge at the USOL Redwood Forest Company. And I look forward to the day that comes across, and hopefully all of you will consider forestry as a future career. I know I've been in this business for over 30 years, and it's probably been the most rewarding thing I could have done in my life. So anyway, as Mark commented, this is definitely a team effort. And I know everybody who was involved with the challenge knows that it would not have happened without Jeff Hauser. When we first started talking about this, Jeff said, hey, yeah, I'd like to do this. And I said, okay, let's do it. And he just picked it up and ran with it and has been our main contact. So I can't say enough about how much we appreciate the work Jeff has done and how seriously he has taken his role in putting this together. So Jeff, I'm sure you'd like to say a few words to the students.
Thank you, Linwood, and thank you, Diane. This is for me very exciting to actually be present for the award ceremony for the 2020 Forestry Challenge, and an honor to say a few words in regards to my role in helping Diane and her staff to design the forestry topic and contributing to the Forestry Challenge. It definitely an honor. Some of you may not know this, but the forestry topic actually evolved. We first wanted to have the forestry topic centered around redwood stands. And that was perfect. I went around and reviewed redwood stands and see if it was going to work. But after reviewing a few redwood stands, I just did not see the mystery, the critical questions that need to be answered. So I called up Diane quickly after reviewing some redwood stands, and I told her, I just don't think this is going to work. But I think I have a stand type that will work and could work. And I described this particular stand type that we call the mixed hardwood conifer stand, that USOL staff and roughies currently and actively talking about. How do we manage this stand type? And should we manage this stand type? What are the priorities? And after saying that to Diane said, that's perfect. That's what we're looking for. Something that's relevant, something that needs to be answered, specific questions. And then, once we talked that through, it was like, that was it. Things just quickly evolved and developed. A camping trip actually on site was done by Diane and her staff to actually visit this particular stand type, take information, met with Able Forestry that was actually cruising this stand type. It was developing so fast. And before I knew it, they were off. They had their information. Diane and myself came up with a matrix, a management matrix that made sense for this particular stand type, this mixed hardwood conifer stand type. That's the 13 action plans that all of the Forestry Challenge teams actually considered and reviewed. And you know, once we had the matrix, these 13 action plans, which includes the control. The control is no management, which just leave as is. And my forestry staff, Joaquin Quintana and Travis Munoz, actually started to work with the forestry model, FBS, to begin to prepare the outcomes of each of these action plans. And which took time. It was to figure out how to work with this particular model to make sure the outcomes actually is consistent with each action plan that we designed. Anyways, all that was prepared and sent to Diane. I think it was like 2 days before she needed it. And I took a deep breath because it just took a while to get to that point. But it was so inspirational when I got this email from Diane that says, home run, you nailed it. And it was just great to get to that point. And again, to prepare Diane and her staff with all the information and material that she needed. That was one way, an important item that I contributed to the Forestry Challenge was help design the forestry topic for the 2020 Forestry Challenge. The other thing that I helped contribute to, which I took an honor in doing, was meeting with the teams and students every Thursday to answer their questions. And and I can tell you right now, every team, every student on this Thursday night for this question and answer time frame, they were so prepared, so professional, so organized. I mean, if anything, I felt nervous, like I was not prepared. And it was so great to begin to interact with these other perspectives and answer their questions. And I really thought that went very well, and they did very well. And actually, I want to borrow one of Diane's terms that or phrases that she actually used earlier in this presentation, which rock star. Yeah, I know what the intent is when she applied that to me, as being a rock star. But one thing I would like to say is Diane and her staff, definitely a rock star to pull the first virtual forestry challenge ever and to make this happen. So it's fantastic. But I really want to say who the rock star is, and that's every team that actually competed in the 2020 Forestry Challenge. Every student, you really showed that that you were passionate to answer these questions, these management questions, and really, I think you guys really deserve the true label as being rock stars. You guys did great, and we are looking forward to all the recommendations that you have, and we're going to be reviewing those recommendations from all the teams and students. So thank you for your effort, and definitely looking forward to, again, reviewing those recommendations. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. So you saw your cooperation was critical in making everything work. And so I felt like our timing was good. I'd email and I'd get an answer, and we were back and forth. Timing was fast. We had to move very quickly on getting those modeling runs and all that data ready for the students. So yeah, that's how it is. It's all very timely. So anyway, good stuff. So thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate your comments and those of Linwood and Mark. So, okay, so we are going to move on. We want to make a quick programming note here. For some reason, we've been capped at 100. We thought we had a subscription that would allow up to 500, and we know there's folks that are trying to get in. We are going to make this recording available as soon as we can. As soon as it renders after this is over, we will post it somehow. So, of course, I say that, and Jessica's the one that actually has to do it, but we'll do our best to get this out to you guys as soon as we can. So if you're not on, people who aren't on, they'll get to see it. Okay, so we are going to move on to our next section. We'll go on with our agenda, and that is our very quick comments from our college forestry programs. So we have 4 universities that want to share some information with you. And I literally am going to set my timer for 2 minutes because I want to keep on track. So let's see. I am going to, first of all, we're going to hear from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And Marisa Fitzgibbons is a lecturer there, and she's going to lead that little presentation. So we have 2 slides for each college with degree programs, and then also some photos they provided. These will be made available, this information is available to you on the website, our Forestry Challenge website. There's a tile that says college and career, and you click on that, and this information is there, which colleges and who to get a hold of. So anyway, go ahead, Marisa, take it away.
Thank you so much, Diane. And I know I don't have a lot of time, but I'd like to really briefly echo what everyone has said here about Diane being phenomenal and running this. And it was a huge job. I can't thank also the USOL Forest and Riffy enough. And you students, I really hope that this experience in the Forestry Challenge this year brought you a little bit more information on how amazing our natural resources are and what a breadth of information and just fun that we can have with it and jobs. It's a really rapidly expanding career. So I encourage all of you. I love that Diane shared our degree programs in our department. We just renamed our forestry program Forestry and Fire Sciences. We also have environmental protection and management and earth and soil science and a few master's degrees. We're in beautiful Central Coast, San Luis Obispo, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our amazing 3,200 acre school ranch and forest in the Santa Cruz Mountains. With that, I'd like to just maybe have my fellow students that are here wave their hands a little bit if you can see them. I have Case and Alex here. They are future alumni. I myself went to Cal Poly, and none of us would be here if it wasn't for our super secret alumni sauce, Welter Russo. So I just really want to thank all of you for participating. And if any of you are interested in coming to Cal Poly and looking at one of our programs in our department, I'll enter my email in the chat box. Feel free to shoot me an email anytime.
Okay, thank you so much, Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. All right, next school we have is Humboldt. So we have David Green here. He's the department chair of the Department of Forestry and Natural Resources.
Okay, thank you, Diane, for hosting this. So Humboldt State is a great place to study forestry. As you can see from the map and the slide, we're up in the northwest corner of the state. You see there's a lot of green up there. So in our front yard, we have the gorgeous ocean. You can walk to it, great beaches. And the backyard is the forests and rivers, and mountains that just extend beyond us. So it's a pretty empty, at least it's empty in terms of people. And you know, the kind of kid that goes into forestry is the kind that likes the rural environment. And this is a great place, I think, for you to come. We tend to have very small classes. We're the biggest forestry program in the state, but nonetheless, our classes are quite small. Most of our 3rd and 4th year classes are about 24 kids. The students like their professors quite a bit. Everybody's on a first name basis. At the end of every semester, the students fill out an evaluation. What do you think of your professor? And it can be 1, this professor's awful, all the way up to 5, they're wonderful. And our professors invariably are between 4 and 5. The students are happy with them. We get into the forest constantly because right at the edge of the campus, if I step outside my office, I can throw a baseball, and I could hit the edge of that forest. And so we're up there constantly. During class time, the average week, our students are among the trees for about 7 hours a week, which is really an enormous amount of time in the field, and the students appreciate it. We have a state-of-the-art fire lab. We have 2 professors who focus just on fire, and quite a few of our students go on to work for CAL FIRE, et cetera. We have just started a new concentration in tribal forestry, where we train students to learn about the very different the much greater variety of products that Native Americans would want to take out of the forest compared to what we more conventionally extract. And so in summary, this is a pretty good place to be.
All right, thank you so much, David. I hate to hold everybody to the 2 minutes, but we definitely want to keep on track. So thank you so much. All right, next school is UC Berkeley. So Sabrina, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Sabrina. I am a senior studying forestry and economics at Berkeley, and I'll also be staying on to earn my master's of forestry at Berkeley. This was my first year volunteering for the Forestry Challenge, and it was a really great experience meeting all the participating students, and I personally learned a lot about redwood management too. So at Cal, we have the Ecosystem Management and Forestry major, and it focuses on the ecology, stewardship, and management of forested ecosystems through both classroom and field-based classes. The major offers 2 tracks to choose from, one that has a more general natural resources focus and one that is for students focused on becoming a registered professional forester. Some of the topics you can study in this major include fire ecology, silviculture, environmental justice, and GIS. And students also get to participate in an 8-week summer field program at UC Berkeley's forestry camp in the Sierra Nevada that has been running since 1914. Our major prepares students to go on to a variety of environmental careers. Our graduates go on to successful careers in private timber, consulting, or government careers with CAL FIRE, the US Forest Service, National Park Service, and also a lot of careers in academia. Personally, my favorite part at Cal is the forestry community. I've never met a group of people more passionate about our environment and also have the drive to be our next generation of stewards for our state's natural resources. Our forestry club is extremely tight-knit. We also have a small but amazing logging sports team, and I really think we have something special going on here. If you are interested, please contact our undergraduate advisor, Sarah Hamilton, or you can contact me for student perspective. I will put both of our emails in the chat.
All right, thank you so much, Sabrina. All right, and last but not least is Oregon State University. So we have Kenneth Schmidgall and Evelyn McBee, I believe.
Hi, my name's Addie. I am a second year at Oregon State right now. I actually went to Vista, and I participated in the Eldorado Forestry Challenge twice, and I went to the championships once. And this forestry challenge was actually the biggest reason that I became a forestry major, just because I loved it so much, and that's kind of what drew me to Oregon State and to go into forestry. And so at Oregon State, we have 5 different main majors within the College of Forestry. So they're at the bottom. We have forestry, natural resources, forest engineering, renewable materials, and then tourism, recreation, and adventure leadership, which is also known as trail. And I love OSU because there's so many opportunities within the majors as to choose exactly what you want to study. So there's a lot of different specialties. I'm personally a forest management major, which is in the forestry section, and I love it. And we also have a forest on campus as well that, of course, I can't remember the name of right now, but so a lot of our classes take place in the forest and we get to go actually do research. And I'll go ahead and put my email as well. And if you want, you can email me about questions. And if I can't answer them, I can put you in contact with someone who can. So yeah, go Beavs.
All right, thanks, Adeline. Okay, so we are finished with our college section. So we're going to move on to awards. We're going to start with some special awards. Oh, and I did want to mention, I forgot, we have a college and career newsletter through Forestry Challenge. You can go online. That's if you go onto the website, you'll see a newsletter thing, and you can just subscribe. And once a month, we send out all kinds of information about college admissions, applications, tour information, up to job boards, just anything and everything, even job boards for people graduating, just so you can get an idea of what kinds of jobs are there and what's out there, what the opportunities are. And as many foresters said throughout this whole process, and Jeff made a point of this, it's not just foresters in the field. There are people who are needed in all kinds of parts of the puzzle, which include GIS and computer applications. So it's not all out in the field, but anyway, that's one thing you guys can do if you want to get monthly information about careers and opportunities and college information. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide, and that is that's our special awards. We are tracking about 5 minutes late, so we're going to do our best to hold the schedule as best we can. First thing I'd like to do is mention some of our multi-year seniors. and we normally give them a special certificate. They're 2-year or 3-year multi-year seniors. So from Charter Oak High School, we have Dylan Tran, Gabriel Macias, and Isaiah Martinez. And from Citrus Hill, we have Araceli Corona and Emily Fontes. We have another slide of 2-year seniors, and that's Diego Padilla and Shayla Pham from Granada Hills Charter. We have Katarina Fruge, I believe, from Citrus Hill, and Chris Bryant from Porterville. So they participated 2 years, don't have to be consecutive, but they're repeat students and they're seniors. So moving along, we have some students that spent 3 years participating with Forestry Challenge. So from Charter Oak, Elizabeth Frank and Emily Yu. From Eleanor Roosevelt Community Learning Center, we have Ellie Hill. And then from Coalinga High School, we have Demetrios Ramirez and Gabrielle Mahfoud. These students, 3 years out of 4 at Forestry Challenge, so they're definitely veterans. And we wish all of you luck. If any of you are, oh, we have another 3-year slide, sorry. From Nevada Union, Bella Bettino and Hannah Funk. From Forest Hill, David Reinhardt. From Fort Bragg, Parker Messick. And from John W. North, Avery Hansberger. So if any of you are interested, if you think you're going to be studying forestry in college, we'd love to know about it. I know that Bella already has set her plans to go to Shasta College and study forestry there and then transfer, I assume. So we want to hear from you. We want to keep in touch. So congratulations to those students. Now we have 4 students who actually came to Forestry Challenge all 4 years of high school. And we have special awards for them. So we'll move on to the next slide. These plates have Usal Forest, a beautiful view of the forest, vantage point to the ocean. That is, our trophies are all have that background photo this year. And we have 4 students that came all 4 years. And so this plaque will be mounted on a wooden base, homemade wooden solid wood base. And we will be sending these out to the students after the new year. So Nishita Deshputi from Charter Oak High School, all 4 years. And you can see she grew up with us with all the different shirts. Next slide. Rosemary Kelly from Anderson New Tech. Now, Rosemary has a special story, and I know she's on the call right now. I can see her on my tile. Her team dropped out, and she emailed me and said, I really want to finish this. I want this award. I said, okay, then you are a 1-person team. And she said, all right. So Rosemary participated in this event as a 1-person team. I give her so much credit for her perseverance. And this 4-year award, Rosemary, will be coming to you in the new year. So congratulations. Okay, next slide. Jenna Ornelas from Charter Oak, one of the teammates of Nishita. So I think the 2 of them probably spent, several years coming to events and probably a good friend. So congratulations, Jenna. And then our last 4-year award goes to Caitlin Sanchez from John W. North High School. Caitlin's been on some very top scoring teams over the years, and we will miss her there at Forestry Challenge events. It's just, it's like she's just been there forever, and she's come to the San Bernardino event. So anyway, good luck to all of you seniors with your future plans, and please stay in touch regardless of whether you go into forestry. And we welcome you back to come be on staff at events. We have a lot of fun. We stay up late, we're exhausted, and we laugh a lot, but we get it done, and it's a great vibe. So if you're interested in coming back on staff, we welcome you to all graduating seniors. Okay. So we are going to move on to a couple of special awards. We have 2 of them. The first one is the George Little Memorial Award for Volunteer Excellence. And George's son, Robert, is actually one of our steadfast volunteers. And George, he used to bring his dad out, and George was a lumber salesman for many years, owned his own mill down in Stockton. And when he passed, we decided we would dedicate a special award to him. So there's been many recipients over the years, starting in 2011. Some of them you may know. They're always the ones who are there, who are just going above and beyond. So we have our special recipient this year who does not know that this person's going to get this award. So with that, we'll go to the next slide and announce the winner. And it is Mike De La Salle from UC Cooperative Extension, retired forester. There he is. So Mike, you're here. And I kind of said, are you going to come? Are you going to be in on the Zoom call? So anyway, Mike, we would like you to take a moment to say a few words, and we just want to say thank you and congratulations on receiving this award.
All right, thank you, Diane. It's my pleasure to participate in the challenge. As I've said when I introduced myself earlier, I've been to many of them. I saw this opportunity as being kind of a unique one. I can participate in all of them and never have to leave my home, so how could I resist that opportunity? So I've totally enjoyed it.
I enjoyed my favorite part of it, of the regular forest challenge when we're actually out in the forest, is when we get to do the time with the forester, the questions with the forester, the interviews. That's my favorite, because then I get to meet some of you more intimately. And then this year it was so different because there were multiple foresters on that on those sessions. So that was fun too. Anyway, thank you for acknowledging my participation, Diane. And I'm so happy to see all of you students and to have met you. I look forward to being in the field with you next year. I have yet to make it to the San Bernardino session, but that is my to-do for 2021.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diane.
You're welcome. And all the sessions are amazing. It's when people say, what's your favorite? What's your favorite event? It's like, you're asking me which kid is my favorite kid, my child. You know, there isn't one. They're all great. And we'd love to have you down in San Bernardino, and we appreciate all your help over the years at the other locations. So thank you, Mike, and congratulations. And of course, big round of applause. You got some chat. So anyway, we do appreciate you. So, okay, so we're going to move on to the next special award. And it is the Tomeus Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence. Tom was a unique individual in that he's a forester and a teacher. And so Tom, and I know Tom died tragically in 2006, and his widow is here, and she's been online, she's been judging all through. So anyway, I think she's probably still on the call, and hopefully she'll be here to hear this. So we started this award in 2006. And had many, many years of outstanding teachers. And I'm just thinking about those teachers that come every year, that, you know, get all the paperwork done on time and just make everything life easy for us, bring outstanding, enthusiastic kids, you know, participate, win, lose, or draw. They're there, their smiles on their faces, and always ready to come back. So with that, we'll go ahead and announce our Teacher of the Year. And it is Jennifer Lucero from Coalinga High School. So again, big round of applause to Jenny. Jenny, are you on the call? I did see you sign in this morning.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I am so surprised and so shocked. What an honor. Thank you so much. We love this program. And I was just telling my husband, Diane, how passionate you are, and your passion has inspired mine and my students.
Well, we appreciate you and everything you bring, and without the teachers, we couldn't do this. So the good news this year is that Tom's widow has said, she approached me and said, what can I do to help the program? And I said, well, you know, we have scholarships, but I said, maybe we would like to set up a stipend for that winning teacher to buy some forestry tools. So she should be here somewhere, and I know she doesn't have camera, but if you can pipe up and just, you know, we appreciate your donation of the cash, and we'll make sure that gets to Coalinga High School for some forestry tools.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Well, and I'd love to just give you a big hug and hand you a plaque, which we'll send to you, but that's all coming. So anyway, yeah, and $100 for some tools as well. So we appreciate her generosity in that. Okay, so we are running 4 minutes late, but we're doing all right. So we're going to get to the top 10 teams. So what I'm going to do is just, we have a chart, and we will announce each team and then just move on up to the next. So we have trophies for the top 5 winners, top 5 place winners. So, okay, sorry about that. So Citrus Hill High School, 10th place with 197 points. This was a point total of 250 total. So that 200, we call it the 200 Club. They were awfully close, but certainly made the top 10. So congratulations, Citrus Hill High School team number, I made a mistake. It's team number 4. I apologize. I'm looking at a handwritten page here. I typed in the wrong number. So it's Citrus Hill team 4, and they had 197 points. Okay, so next slide. 9th place, Forest Hill team 2 with 201.5 points. So a bit of a jump there from the one below it. And this is team 2. They were in session 3. Moving on. Jumping way up, big jump, Amador High School in 8th place with 207.25 points. Session 1, they're one mighty team of veterans returning juniors, I believe, all juniors. Okay, so congratulations to them. We have another big jump to John W. North High School Team 8 in 7th place with 215.25 points. Congratulations to them. They're one of the veteran teams that's been around for a while and always done well. So congratulations. Sixth place at 217, only 2.5 points off. Let's see, yeah, 2.5 points. Vista Del Lago, Team 5 in session 3. I heard this presentation and I was really impressed with the way that they logic through their choices. So again, all of your presentations will be shared with Jeff. The information that you've given, your recommendations will be shared. So 217.75. So moving up to the top 5, we have a jump. Fifth place at 222.25 points, Granada Hills Charter High School in session 3. Again, a veteran team of students that, you know, just has always solid. And I believe I heard this presentation as well. Okay, and they get a lovely, we'll get a trophy to them. Again, these are on wooden bases, and you see the view from one of the higher roads that you saw looking out to the ocean. So we'll be producing these plates and putting them on wooden bases and getting those to you after the New Year. So congratulations, Granada Hills Charter High School. Okay, only 2.5 points separate. Fourth place, Woodside High School, Team 3. A group of 5 students that got together. I think some of them are returning students and just did a very good job. So you can see though, the point totals are very, very slim. Only 2.5 points separate 4th and 5th place. So let's see their trophy. So they'll have a trophy that goes to them after the New Year. Now, before we do 3rd place, I'm going to tell you 1 point difference between 4th and 3rd. Go ahead, Jessica. Charter Oak High School Team 1. These are some of our 4-years that, you know, that just knocked it out of the park. I asked someone how'd that presentation go, and the response was, it was like a bunch of college professors giving a lecture. It was amazing. So congratulations, Charter Oak High School Team 1 at 225. These are extremely high scores. So, all right, moving on, they get a trophy. It says 3rd place. Okay, a big jump, 6 points between 3rd and 2nd. Forest Hill High School Team 1. A couple of our veterans, David being a senior and Clay, a 2-person team, he's a junior. Hard work from these 2 young men, and they always produce. So congratulations, 231.75. Now, let's look at their trophy real quick. And then I'm going to make a point that between 2nd and 1st place was a 1.5 point difference. So, I mean, essentially dead on, you know, who knows? It's hard to say. We do our best to do a good job of judging and make sure everything's done properly as far as being objective. It just comes down to these fine hairs. And so both teams really up there at the very top. So with that, we will go ahead. In 1st place, Vista Del Lago High School Team 1 in session 5. Amazing. They actually got one of their presentation scores was a perfect score. I watched this presentation after the fact, and it was quite something. So we congratulate Vista Del Lago High School Team 1 at 233.25. And we will be looking through the presentations, and there's their trophy, and inviting some of them to, oh, Vista, yes, okay, so we've got congratulations coming in through chat, so thank you, and applause and all that good stuff. I wish we were together and we had lots of loud cheering. We're going to take some of those top presentations, top teams, and take a look at those. The Ruffy board is having a meeting on January 27th, and they already have it on their agenda to invite some of these schools to talk to the board about their proposed solutions and their pathways and why they chose them. So anyway, we will be in touch, and all these trophies will be sent out. So, you know, it's kind of a weird, feels anticlimactic to be announcing this, but I know there's a lot of excitement in some of these locations. So hopefully everybody's feeling good about this one. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. It's 11:49. We still are tracking 4 minutes late. Just a few closing remarks. Oh, and Woodside, I have a question from Woodside. It was Woodside Team 3. It was your 5-person team. So that's the one that placed. Okay, so closing remarks. Next slide, please. I just have a few things to mention before we end the call. You're certainly welcome to stick around and just chat for a minute if you care to, although with all these people, there's now 97, it might be a bit difficult to carry on a conversation. We will, results will be emailed immediately after the ceremony. When we get off a line, we've got an email in the draft box. We're going to hit send. It's going out to all the teachers and all the volunteers, and everybody who's basically on this call, and team leaders, some of the students' emails, not all of them. that will have all the results for all the teams. So if you're not one of the top 10, you're going to hear how you placed. We also are going to post these on Google Classroom. There's an automatic post that's going out at noon. So we had to get this done before noon because you were going to get that by noon. And then t-shirts, certificates, and trophies will be sent in January after the new year. We've got the t-shirts in. There'll be these wonderful orange t-shirts that say "You Solve Forest" with our Forestry Challenge logo and our sponsors on the back. And then we're going to hold out hope that perhaps we can all be together this year in the spring. And we're going to ask the teachers about their field trips and whether or not they'd be allowed to take any field trips. And we're going to do our best. It's not necessarily going to look like a championship. It might be an invitational. It might just be an awesome field trip where we go visit logging sites and lumber mills and ecological study areas, and maybe we try to get in on prescribed burning or something. I don't know. We're going to do our best to react to the situation and do what we can to to make something work if we can. So with that, I believe that is it. Is there another slide after that? I don't even know. Oh, yes, there is. Okay, guys, I couldn't do this without everybody, and I just want to give a huge shout out to my staff. Chris Diaz, our meeting producer, Jessica, who made all things Google Classroom work beautifully, and Renee, our photographer, filmer, editor of videos. So anyway, the four of us have said we are going to visit Jeff and You Solve Forest in probably February. We were talking about dates, Jeff, this morning. We're going to go out, and we're not going to be so have to get this, have to get that, got to get to the mixed hardwood conference stands and get some drone footage and film the crew. We're going to go out and hopefully just have a great time visiting the forest and seeing some of those redwoods that in some of the locations we weren't in, and going to the beach. So anyway, we've just a great team. It's like, this is the perfect team, guys. So thank you for everybody's help this year with in-house. I couldn't have done it without you. So I believe that is everything. Let's see if we've got any more slides. I think that's it. So let's stop our slide sharing. And it's 11:52. We're a little past time, but anyway, hopefully you guys had fun this morning. And I just appreciate everybody being here. And we had no idea. We didn't do any sort of RSVP. We just said, come along. Now, just remember, anybody who's not on this call, we're gonna send a recording of this a little bit later. So, all right, and I'm seeing lots of thanks and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great holiday, and we'll be back in touch after the new year. So with that, that's it. That is it. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And feel free to unmute if you want to say goodbye. Hopefully I'll know who it is.
Thanks, Diane.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great holiday.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Foresters, too. You guys are awesome. Everyone participating. Thank you so much. And thanks to my teams, too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for hosting the Forestry Challenge.
Well done.
Okay.